for Freya. Now, past
Freya.
Tennis or the Pixel. The one where she's like Mega Man type ish. She got the cannon buster type thing. That joke pop. But anyways, why I decided to start with mages? Well, because mages have a lot of items and Freya is really easy to build. And I'm gonna explain why. I did like a small, just quick build with no explanation. When I was going over like what's new to the season 4 for PS4. Freya can be built the same way as usual, which is like Haze Fatalis, Rise of Ability, Book of Thoughts, the regular shoes. You know, just she could just be built real basic. Alright, I'll show you what her last season build was. It was
Empower
Magi, Haze Fatalis. It wasn't in this order, but this is what you built basically. Those is like the main items you built, and you built either Telekize or Demonic Grip. Back then in the last season, I think Demonic Grip had 40 power and like 30 attack speed, and this one had like 50 power, 30 attack speed. This one had 40, this one had 30. I think it was something like that. One or the other had higher attack speed, and the other one had like the one with the higher attack speed had less damage. The other one with lower attack speed had more damage. And you could just pick out of those two. Let's just say it was Telekize. Alright, and this is pretty much your build. Like, not in this order, but this was your build. You could throw a poly in there for extra damage. You could throw Demonic Grip for more attack speed. You could throw on a Chronos Pendant for more cooldown on yourself. You had a lot of options. You know, you wanted to help take out the towers a little bit better. You had Obsidian Shard. It was really like you pick whatever you wanted your last item to be. There was no real set thing. You can honestly go get Soul Reaver on her, and that'll work just fine. This was her friends. Because starter items in here are actually, some starter items can benefit you, like Vampiric Shroud. So you have lifesteal already. You have 15% lifesteal. That's just Freya's basic passive. So by throwing Vampiric Shroud on, not only are you getting extra 20 magical power, extra 100 health on a squishy target, you're also getting 4 lifesteal, and then killing enemies restore 10 health and 5 mana, which works on minions. So this basically gave you a lot of, this helps with sustain. You can't wear, well, I mean, you can wear Watcher's Gift, but it's useless because you're the one who's really going to be like help clearing lane. Unless you have a designated person like for clearing lane, then there's really no point. Sands of Time is a good item to put on her, because basically this allows you to have a lot of mana, and it gives you 20 magical power, it gives you some MP, and it gives you some cooldown. Really not needed on her, but you can make the use of the cooldown by being able to poke even more. Like, you could poke here, and then you can poke here again, then you can poke here again, and you don't really got to worry about your mana. Now, it's not really all that useful unless you guys are starting to get kills. Now, Freya can get a kill early game, which allows her to basically go up 2 stacks on this, and at 6 stacks she can get 10% cooldown and 7% movement speed, which is decent for 500. But you're better off just going with the Sands of Time.
Empower my blade.
So after you get Sands of Time, you can get a tier 1 pair of boots, I believe, which is granted, and then grab Chalice. This right here is how you should start Joust. You have the Sands of Time, you have level 1 boots, and you have your chalice. Because you're just going to be popping this, just like this. Alright, it done ran out. As you can see, with a little bit of cooldown I got, it helps this come back just a little bit faster. The shoes are just to help you have some type of movement, so you're not moving that base movement, which is really slow. You have some decent power and whatnot. Alright, so when you get enough money, you're gonna buy shoes of the Magi. You're gonna buy this because you could use the pin, and there's really no need for her to have cooldown. The only reason you'll have cooldown is to use her ult, and you really shouldn't be needing to use her ult at all, because her auto attack, like her actual like just X and square, her 1 and 2, is what's applying all the damage, and it counts as basic attack. So like just using those is good enough. And it's like 4 hits, I think, when you're at like full build. 4 hits to take out anybody. So like, I mean, the ult is just to help you get out, or if people are starting to jump you, you can ult, get out, and apply a nice chunk of damage. That's really what it's there for. It's like an extra relic, if you kind of think about it. So gold shoes and the Magi, and then right after that is where I'm kind of lost, because I don't know if I want to build Book of Thoughts first, because building Book of Thoughts is extremely good because it'll help with the mana problem you have. Or should you build Shaman's Ring? And I'm starting to lean towards building the Book of Thoughts.
Empower my blade.
You're gonna clear wave. You're getting this early. You got oh, let me bring that up. You got some cooldown. Well, a little bit of magical power. You got some more magical power. And then you got what's the name? Now, another reason why I'm telling you to actually put on this relic, starter item, is because of, like, you could put on Vampiric Shroud or Sands of Time. The reason I'm telling you to put this on is because there is a new item that hunters can get that's right next to Ichabod and Odysseus' bow, and I think it's called a Silver Branch bow. And basically what it does is it takes 15 power away from a magical item. So in the beginning, you have your base magical damage, and this is going to take 15 away from you if he hits you once. Now this can stack up to 3 times, which means you can lose 45. So basically, just having boots, like just a full-on buy boots, even if you don't buy this, you're down -5 if he has Silver Branch bow. If he has Silver Branch bow and you have shoes, you will lose that fight against this hunter because you're not putting out any damage. You're basically fighting him with basic damage and just increased movement speed, while he's hitting you with extra damage. Like, it gives him more power. I think it gives him like 10 power every time he hits you, and it has attack speed on it, and he has his base power. So he has his base power plus the extra 30 that it's going to get if he hits you 3 times. And this has like a 5-second window, so he can hit you. You could probably dodge aside. He could hit you again, and now he has 20 power. Like, so really, you have to buy items and think about what they're buying now, because that Silver Branch bow, if I'm a hunter and I see that your guys are picking mages, that is a no-brainer for me to get Silver Branch bow and shut you down. Freya can now be shut down really hard by certain characters early game because of that Silver Branch bow. That junk can really put a damper on something. So being able to help destroy lane a little bit better, being able to poke a little bit better, like not even if you're doing a lot of damage, but you're poking and you're being annoying, that at least helps for your team to try to do something. I mean, like, you're not as useful anymore because you don't got the damage that they need right now, but you're useful because you're help clearing lane, you're poking, like you're at least doing some damage to them, so they're not always at full health. Like, you're doing something. and you have cooldown, and you have mana regen, so you don't really, like, if there's you and like a Nox or something, you don't really need to get the mana stone. But if you do, then you get 20% cooldown, which is great, and that'll allow you to poke even more. Like, so now you can see like where this Sands of Time comes in. Like 10% cooldown plus mana stone, that's 20% cooldown. You have the Chalice that you want to make sure that you're always topped off, because her abilities does cost Earth Gain, and you're able to poke a lot better. But once you get shoes, you kind of break even with the Silver Branch bow, and he might be a little bit stronger than you, still, because he's reducing that by 45. But then you can get your Book of Thoughts, which now that I think about it, it really needs to come third, because that's just gonna help get rid of that, make that Silver Branch bow like non-existent. Once you get Silver Branch bow, I suggest you go into Shaman's Ring. Each basic attack that hits an enemy god heals you for 2% of your maximum health and mana per hit. So basically, when you put this on, you're gonna be killing them. Now, why I say put this on is because one has better attack speed than both of those. Now, the magical damage isn't really what you're looking for here, because I came up with this little idea here, and it works, and it makes it really annoying. If you put Shaman Rings on, which is 24,
I was born.
your next item has to be the new item, Book of the Dead. Book of the Dead gives you 100 magical power. Alright, so not only is it messing around with Soul Reaver, and it's like up there in magical power for Book of Thoughts. Like, Book of Thoughts is extremely expensive. So is Soul Reaver. Those are expensive items. But I mean, like, Book of Thoughts help get that magical power up. Soul Reaver help do that 10%. Plus, it gives you magical power. You know, it's really good. Like, you can really use it. Book of the Dead is something that a Freya player always needs. Needs to be on Freya. It needs to be on Goobus. I'm gonna have to check out what other mages, because I'm pretty sure there's like a couple other mages I would definitely put this on that just make stuff like really stupid. You can put this on Agni, because when he does 4 auto attacks, his next auto attack burns. So that's damage over time. You can put that on him with Lifesteal from Shaman's Ring, or I mean not Shaman's Ring. Just put on like any bit of Lifesteal. Now you're guaranteed like some crazy jump. And on top of this, it's a lifesteal item, so you get 15% lifesteal. She already starts off with 15% lifesteal, and you got Shaman's Ring, which means that you're getting 2% for every hit that you do to your health. Like, you're just getting you're getting a lot of lifesteal right now. And then you get 200 health, so now you're making a squishy target a little bit healthier, which means like not only were you gonna die in probably like five attacks, now you might die in 6 attacks. It's boosting it up. Now you have life still, so now it might be more or less like 8 if you're boxing. And Freya's a good boxer, so like now like you're just increasing your chances of living. So, but then what really makes this item crazy, and that I really think this item shouldn't be. Oops. Here, let me get out of here and move real quick. I really think this item should be at least 3,500, because the passive on here is what really makes it broken. You can gain up to a 20% shield, and this 20% shield is based on your health. So if you were to play with like Hades and make a health build and put this on, and this works on minions, like you can hit minions and build up the lifesteal. Put like a lifesteal item on him. You build up, hey, how you doing? You build up with Hades and everything, and you can put this on him. This will go straight ham. This works on Hades. It can work on Agni. It works on Freya the best. With this passive though, it's crazy.
Empower my blade.
So right now you're gonna have all of this on, and about Sands of Time, you can kick it off about now to help afford for your Book of Death. So let's just get rid of it now. Alright, so now you should just have these 4 items. The next item you should go into would be most likely Haze and Fentalis. Because now you want to stick to people. Like, this is just a basic little thing. You want to stick to people. That's kind of what Freya does. She can kill people in about 4 or 5 shots, depending on who they are. If they're mages, it's pretty much like 4 shots, and you're getting wrecked. Being able to hit somebody and stay hitting somebody without the movement penalty, that's A1. Now, you can change this for more damage by going, and more attack speed by going Telekine's Ring, which just is going to basically give you mad magical power. Like, you're just going to have even more magical power than you already had. Or you can go with like Demonic Grip if you see somebody building defensive against you, and still get a little bit nice attack speed and get some damage. So these 2 are like, it depends. I would go Haze Fentalis because I played like a couple games without Haze Fentalis, and I feel like the damage is there. It's just that I'm not able to land enough hits, or like I'm hitting him and he's just running backwards, so now he's out of danger. I mean, I'll get him like down to like around a pixel or something. So you gotta find out which one you like. If people on your team got knockups and stuff like that, which are extremely good, go ahead and build like Demonic Grip or Telekine's Ring, however you see fit. Like, if they got the protections, go ahead and build Demonic Grip. If they don't really got like any protections or something like that, go ahead and pick up Telekine's. If your team does have knockups, like I said, grab something else, because a Haze Fentalis really ain't going to be needed. Like, as soon as he get knocked up, you can put 2 shots on him. When he comes down, that's a whole 3rd shot, plus whatever his knockup damage did. So, like, pretty much almost any character that's not a Guardian or building defensive against you guys, they're going to get shredded. So, like, that would be a waste of an item slot. You got to think about it with your team comp, too. Another item that's fantastic is Pythagorean's Piece. So basically, its raw stats are not true right here. It says 40 and it says 12 and all of that. 40 magical power is not what you actually have. Aura items affect you and your team. So not only are you getting 40 like straight off the rip, but the aura of it gives you 30. So basically, you're getting 70 magical power for 2,300. As you can see, that's basically on par with these 2. I mean, Bancroft is a little bit more, but it's kind of on par with Polynomicon. But it also gives you 200 mana, which at this time you shouldn't really need mana anymore. But it's still nice to have a boost of mana, because I believe that works with this right here. Yeah, 3% of your mana is converted into magical power. So by having just a boost of mana, 200 boost of mana, 3% of that is going to go into magical power. That, I mean, that's a small boost, but it's a boost though. Then you have 12% magical lifesteal. The aura cooldown for 2,300, and not only does it just work for you, it works for your whole team, and that's crazy. Like, and it don't just work for just mages anymore. It works for people with physical. So now your physical teammate, like let's say you were running Freya and somebody was running Kali, and then you had like Sylvanas in the back. Not only is your Sylvanas healing you guys, and you're healing yourself, and Kali has lifesteal now, and you know how she gets. She has a stun. Like, now you have lifesteal going throughout your whole team. You have somebody healing you guys, and you're being healed. Like, this is crazy. And you get cooldown. Like, for 2,300, it becomes better than Polynomicon based on what character you're using. Now, Poly could be used with a couple of characters and be made, like, it could just break all of these. The only item that truly is better than any of them is the Book of the Dead. But I digress. The next item would probably most likely be Haste Fatalis, depending on what your team is. Like I said, unless you got like knockups or roots or something where you could just run up and land like 2 hits right off the bat without worrying about this person getting away or something, then you have to grab Haste Fatalis. You need a way to stick to people. Or you need to grab an item that slows, which is Gem ISO, but that costs a little bit more, so I would just stick to Haste Fatalis. And it's going to give you some pen. So you get pen, you get some more attack speed, and you get some more movement. So now you're really just running around. Alright, and your last item, you know what your last item gotta be. It's the only item that makes sense. Ride to the hood. It's the only item that makes sense to get last because it takes everything you have and just brings it all the way up. I mean, look at this. I went from 318, no stacks on my book of thoughts.
I
go to 553. That's no stacks. That's crazy. Alright. And she has right now she has lifesteal. She has 15% lifesteal from Book of the Dead plus her additional 15, so that's 30. Shaman's Ring is getting her 2% off of every attack. So right there you got a lot of lifesteal. If we look down on her magical lifesteal is about 30. That's pretty good. So let's build up the stats. As you can see, you're hitting the person 4 times, they're gone. Like, even though he doesn't have any items or anything on him, it doesn't honestly matter. 4 hits and that pretty much happens to every character. With items, whatever. Like, unless you're a guardian, 4 hits is pretty much taking them off. Again, you could get away from this build without you can get like around having Haste Fatalis. You just have to use your circle, your 3, a lot more often. You'll need to lift them up, and then put your extra square and shoot like when they're coming down. That's an option. The only thing I don't like is using that circle because I like to put all my points into my 1 and my 2 and alt whenever possible, because this is just gonna allow you to poke the hell out of anybody, and it hurts. Like, it hurts. You get a lot of background numbers. When she comes up and hits you, see it's just numbers. And then when you throw on your 1, you get background numbers. And then the 1 that allows you to get them high background numbers, plus now you can add range onto it. So I mean, look at that. You're hitting from 2 different numbers, and they both high. 355 and 1 stack. And what's crazy is that the Book of the Dead, as long as you come in with at least a little bit of shield, this is what happens. As you can see, the health bars is going up and down, up and down. But it's not taking away actual health, it's taking away the shield first. So you can sit here and get in the battles with other mages and be fine. Like, you don't gotta immediately create space. You could be fine. Or you can have a poke battle with somebody. You already come in with like a little bit of shield and you have a poke battle, you gonna get up. Like, let him take away my shield first. I'm gonna let him take my health down some. And then all I'm gonna do is just get into a little melee battle. Now, of course, he doesn't have that much damage, but as you can see, her attack speed allows her to hit multiple times before somebody else can hit. Like, Ra's not gonna build until attack speed. So that auto attack that he was just doing would be like, I'm hitting twice, maybe 3 times before he auto attacks again. He auto attack, I hit him like 2 to 3 times, he auto attacks. I have life still on. So that not only is that bringing my health back up, that's also giving me the shield now. So now I'm just coming in here and wrecking whoever. It becomes straight. Haste Fatalis, like I said, it doesn't need to be on there. If you want a different item to Haste Fatalis, I would probably suggest at least picking it up just until you like for a placeholder, because I mean you could use it. I mean it's not bad. It's an item that's going to just allow you to run away from people. A little bit more pin, so you can do a little bit more damage to towers. You know, it'll just help. If you really want another item, you got Obsidian Shard. This can help you take out towers. I actually like Spirit Desolation. Like, it's still a little bit pricey, but the passive is what's crazy. Because if you get a kill, which with Freya, you 99% likely you're gonna get a kill. Like, even if you are falling behind, Freya hits so hard that you're gonna get a kill. Like, it's kind of hard not to get a kill with Freya. But if you do get a kill, all your cooldowns are reduced by 1 second. So let's say you get a double. Well, that's 2 seconds shaved off of any ability you was using. It already come with some cooldown. You get 20 magical pen, and you get 80 magical power. That's a great item. Spirit of Magus, that's a good item. Divine Ruin, that's a really good item, because now you're helping reduce people that are healing. That doesn't matter. I'm hitting you, I'm healing, and you're not healing. Or you are, but for really, really reduced. That's great. There's a couple items. If anything though, I would put Pythagorean's Piece on. It'd either be Pythagorean's Piece, Polynomicon. I wouldn't go for Soul Reaver because it's real late. That 10% would be fantastic, but it's late. Another extremely crazy item is Chronos Pendant. 60 magical power, 25 mana like regen. That's good. And then you get 20% cooldown. Now you don't really need the cooldown on her, because all that's really gonna affect is her banish and her alt. Usually just using your 1 and your 2 99% of the times. The banish can help set up your 1 and your 2. I wouldn't do it when there's a lot of people around, because then they'll focus you. Like, if you could just pick somebody off with it and then hurry up and run up and hit them with like a 2-piece and then try to run away, that's a smart idea. Unless you know you can get the kill and do other fights, that's fine. But Chronos Pendant is really good, and then as you can see, it's passive. Every 10 seconds the pendant activates, subtracting 1 second from all your abilities currently on cooldown. That junk is crazy. So basically, like, you just put this on, and as long as you're not in fountain,
To the sky!
use your alt, just do whatever, and boom. So you wait in 10 seconds, but alright, so you wait 10 seconds, so it'll go from 70 to 60, but it goes to 59 because it's a reduced second. Not only that, you're getting cooldown. So it's gonna take, what, if it was 50 seconds, 55 seconds is shaved off. So you get an additional 5 seconds. An additional 5 seconds is actually bigger than you think. Like, this used on Morgan is crazy, because her junk is like 130 seconds. So you got Chronos Pendant. Shoot, in a minute, in a whole 60 seconds, you done shaved off 6 seconds, plus it's already doing the percentage of your cooldown. So you're getting 20% over 130, which is already bringing it down. And then you gotta wait, and that's just taking it down even further. Like, you can run this with Breastplate of Valor on Bacchus, and just have like cooldown. Like, his ult is almost always up. Like, I don't play that role. This Chronos Pen is really a nice thing. And another cool thing about Book of the Dead, that shield doesn't go nowhere. The only way to lose a shield is for you to die, which is of course, or somebody was to like come up and hit you out of it. This shield will stay forever, and I'm pretty sure that's going to get patched. That this shield stays forever. I'm pretty sure that's definitely getting patched. But yeah, Chronos Pendant has a crazy passive. Like, this is OP weapon right here. other good items besides the three I already said. Not this. Where was it? Is it this one? No, yeah, Gem ISO. You like I said, you could run. I really wouldn't run it because it's kind of expensive. You could get Haze Fentalis and have the opposite effect of it, really. Like, you use Gemma ISO to stick to people. Haze Fentalis is cheaper. It gives you pen. It gives you movement speed and attack speed. So I would rather go with that for a character that's built like that. The Ether Staff or Ethereal Staff, however you want to say it. Basically it's like a small, like a really, 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 really small Soul Reaver that gives health, though. Not really something I would use, and I don't think you really can make use of any of these. Probably Warlock Sash, because Warlock Sash will work in conjunction with the Book of the Dead by raising your health up, so now your shield is actually slightly bigger. That would work. You can run Warlock Sash for the mana, the health, and you get some decent magical power out of it. It's not bad. You get decent magical power out of it. It's just, it's a stacking item. You already got one stacking item. Could you do two stacking items? Sure, you can get away with that. With Freya, definitely, because you can clear a lane really, really fast. You can clear a lane extremely fast with Freya. Why does it take so long? Pop, pop. That's pretty much lane cleared. So yeah, you could clear a lane pretty fast. You could do pretty much everything you want to do, and Warlock Sash is a good item if you want it. Now, really, you wouldn't run any defensive items on her, so don't even pay attention to any of those. You could probably run another aura item just to help out the team, if you want. But really, it either be Obsidian Shard, one of the two rings to like affect. This is like your Quim size and your Executioner. You're basically just gonna pick one of these if there's a Guardian. If there's a Guardian, I'm pretty sure he's building protections against you, so Demonic Grip will always be your choice. Haze Fentalis, you can run either one of these. These work. I'm really hesitant on Bancroft Talent. Don't ever put Bancroft Talent on her if you're built in this way, because you have the lifesteal. And by you even being down at that threshold is like, I haven't really have that happen to me. Like, if I got jumped, I die. Like, you're a mage. If you get jumped, you die. There's no real way of getting around it. So why would you build an item like that? And it's either, with this build, it's either you're at full HP with a shield, or you're at full HP because somebody's hitting you for like the equivalent of like what you're regenerating, or you're dead. Like, that's pretty much Freya. Like, that's really what it is. Me, I tend to get let me just put this back on. Sorry, seeing that empty slot. I tend to get Manicamp because it gives me 10% cooldown, which just helps with the abilities. Since I lost the 10% for Sands of Time, usually you'll get damage and get close to breaking her cap. Or probably could have put like Demonic Grip or Telekine's Ring to give me a little bit not a little bit, way more magical power. That gave me 80, so 689 plus 80, it's like 7 something, like 750, 760. And then you put this on. Relics with her. Relics, honestly, I would say for a relic, that's usually up to you guys to pick whatever. Shoot, Heavenly Wings, Aegis, and this is Joust, so Hog, because you can go take on Bull Demon or whatever it's called by yourself usually. Sunder is a fun one to use. Don't really recommend it unless you got some aim or you really know how to use it. But Sunder's pretty fun just to run around and use. Look at this. You got 6 physical power. I'm a mage with some physical power. Even though it's 6, I still got physical power. Don't want to hear it. Don't really need blink. Magic Shell could be used. Shield of Thorns is probably what you'll go for though. So you're really looking at Heavenly Wings, Aegis, Cloak or Med, whatever you want to call it, Thorns, and that's probably about it. Like I said, if you get hit with like a wrap or something from like Anubis, or you get hit with a root, pretty much dead. You don't have the health to really do anything. Like this build right here is meant to poke and really hurt people's feelings, and for people that want to box you, for you to excel at that. You may be able to box 2 people, but that depends on who they are and how they're building. Usually though, if you get hit with like a wrap or some junk, you're pretty much KO. Like people would just go and destroy you. So a purification could work, but that might just be a waste. I don't really know. Like I said, I'm just running with I could run with Magical Shell, Thorns. I would pick Thorns or Magical Shell almost all the times. Med, Aegis, and a Heavenly Wings or Sprint, whatever you want to call it. I would probably run with that. If I'm in the mood for having fun, I'll grab a Sunder and Spare, just because it's a funny item to hit people with. Most people don't even run this item. Over here for potions, like I said, this is probably like the only thing you would buy, and you'll buy that early game. Oh yeah, I forgot you could upgrade these. Meditation, I would upgrade because that just helps out the team. It does give you whatever back, but it's really like helping out the team. You don't need it, to be honest, because you can like fall back, go to a camp, kill the camp, get a lot of health back, clear minion waves, get a nice chunk of health back, poke the enemy, get some health back. Like you can always get your health back, so you don't really need meditation, but it's used to like help the team. Like usually I'll get it even though I don't need it, and the rest of my team will get like the important stuff, like get sprint, get the curse, get the important stuff, while I'll get like the semi-important stuff, like yeah, we need this, you know what, I might want to play around with that Sunder. So yeah, upgrade this, I say yeah, but don't upgrade it early because that's going to affect your build. As you can see, your build is kind of pricey, but that's most mages now, so you don't really got to worry about anything. Sprint, I would definitely get that upgraded because it removes the movement penalty, I believe. Yeah, so it removes the movement penalty while attacking. So definitely upgrade that when you get a chance. You definitely want to upgrade this because, as you can see, it takes all damage that you take is reduced by 10. So you get 10% damage mitigation, and the unit is 45 instead of 30. So you get a 15 upgraded like circle, and it becomes upgraded by 5 damage mitigation. But you should just get Thorns because the cooldown gets affected and you get more time. You went from 5 to 8 seconds. So you get a plus 3 seconds and you knock off a whole 20 seconds. Oh, I almost forgot. Another item you could grab besides Haste Fatalis is Ritual Dagger. This item has been upgraded tremendously over the time. Ritual Dagger basically allows relics to go down by 20%. So not only are you getting cooldown, you're getting cooldown for your relics. So you can take this relic, which goes at 100 seconds, is now 80 seconds. So now you have an overpowered relic at 80 seconds. And not only does that happen, but you're also getting movement speed, you're also getting attack speed, and you also get another 200 health. So not only does that work, but now your shield gets slightly bigger. So now the Bucket of Dad is getting slightly bigger. But yeah, those are the items you can run. I hope you guys enjoyed. The core items really though are at the start, Sands of Time or Vampiric Shroud. Then you go into your boots. The next item should be Book of Thoughts, then Shaman's Ring. Excuse me, save up that nice chunky bread for the Book of Death or Book of Dead, whatever. After that, you would want to get either one of the 5 items I named, which is Haze Mentalis, Ritual Dagger, one of these two, depends, one of these two, and where the hell is it? Warlock Sash. So those are pretty much like any of the items that you can choose from. And then your last item is always going to be Rod, because that passive increases everything by 25%, and it gives you 125 magical power, so the spike you get added on is crazy. Without the spike, I'm at 340. With the spike, I'm at 581. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Before we leave, we're just going to take out both of these guys, just because.
Never send a man to do a woman's
5
job.
or 6 hits. Gold Fury, go on. Alright, let's see what's popping. What's popping? Good damage. Good damage. Hold on. Steady. But it doesn't even matter. Oh, look at that.
You like that art?
Oh, look at that. Solo. But yeah, this is pretty much exactly what you want to build. I hope you guys enjoy. I will have a video of probably another mage or another character I played recently. Guy, like for season 4 Joust build. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.